10 more Leopard 2 tanks as well as 60 T-72 and upgraded PT-91 Tody main battle tanks will be handed over to Ukraine by the Polish government in the next few weeks, Chief of the Chancellery of the Polish Prime Minister's office, Michał Dworczyk, said. Earlier, on the anniversary of the start of a full-scale Russian war, 4 Leopard 2 tanks arrived in Ukraine.
These are tanks that will undoubtedly perfectly complement the formation on the battlefield and show themselves perfectly. Our instructors are very impressed with how quickly Ukrainian tankers master modern tanks.
Poland, from the very beginning of the full-scale invasion of Russia, took a clearly pro-Ukrainian position, and to this day it acts as a locomotive of support, from military and humanitarian assistance to lobbying for Ukraine's membership in the European Union. Today, Poland is the leader of the tank coalition, which includes 8 countries. A new military assistance package, in which in particular non-Biber tanks, first aid kits, trucks and other assistance, was also announced in Germany.
The federal government supports the Ukrainian military in close coordination with its partners and allies. This list provides an overview of lethal and non-lethal German military support for Ukraine. It includes deliveries from the Federal Armed Forces, as well as supplies from German industry, financed from the federal government's funds for so-called security capacity building, from a post on the German government website.
In terms of the share of aid in their own GDP, the leaders are the Baltic countries and Poland. In particular, Estonia spends more than 1% of its gross domestic product on military assistance to Ukraine: assault rifles, pistols, drones, thermal images, generators, chargers and clothes. A new package of military assistance was allocated this month by Estonia, Defense Minister Hanno Pavko said during a visit to Kyiv. It should be noted that in February the largest donors for Ukraine were the USA, Great Britain, Germany, Canada, Poland, France, the Netherlands, Norway. There are 39 countries on the list in total. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak noted during the Munich conference that his country sent the same amount of military equipment in the current month as in the whole year of 2022.
The whole world must hold Russia to account. We must see justice through the ICC for their sickening war crimes committed, whether in Bucha, Irpin, Mariupol or beyond. And Russia must also be held to account for the terrible destruction it has inflicted. We are hosting the Ukraine Recovery Conference in London this June, and we should consider together how to ensure that Russia pays towards that reconstruction.
Ukraine will receive new military assistance from the United States in $2 billion. This Washington defense support package will be the 32nd. According to the Pentagon, among other things, the states will donate ammunition for HIMARS systems and laser-guided missile systems, artillery shells, drones and mine-clearing equipment. They will also finance the training of the military. In total, U.S. military assistance to Ukraine cost $19.5 billion under the Presidential Drawdown Program, $8.5 billion under the USAID program, and $225 million under the FMF program.
President Putin started this illegal war, and he has the power to end it. The United States stands strongly with Ukraine as it defends itself, and we will continue to do so until Ukraine's sovereignty is respected and the people of Ukraine can shape their chosen democratic future in freedom and peace. From a statement by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on the website of the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine.
On January 25, 2023, U.S. President Joe Biden announced that the United States would supply Ukraine with 31 Abrams tanks.
Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine. So we're also giving Ukraine the parts and equipment necessary to effectively sustain these tanks on the battlefield.
The United States helps Ukraine not only in the defense sphere. They allocate funds for humanitarian aid and support for the Ukrainian authorities, for the needs of Ukrainians living in the United States, and for the country's nuclear security. Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, the U.S. has frozen more than $330 billion of Russian assets. Washington can transfer them to Ukraine as compensation for the damage caused by the war. According to experts, the support of the U.S., UK UK and NATO countries will only increase. Indeed, today, as European leaders have repeatedly stated, the victory of Ukraine in the war against the Russian aggressor is the goal of the entire civilized world. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.